So as local as a recruit as you could possibly get, you played your high school ball in Waltham. How easy was it as a decision for you to stay in town and attend Bentley, play for Coach Stevens and the dedicated Falcons women's basketball program?
I mean, it was a no-brainer. I love my hometown of Waltham. I am very close with my family. So the location was obviously a perk, at least for me. So when you combine that with an opportunity to play for a proven top-notch basketball program and get an amazing degree, it made for an easy decision. I grew up going to the camps, grew up going to the games, so I knew how special Bentley basketball was. So when it was time to make a decision, I was confident that I made the right one.
So after your freshman year, your final 3 years saw 2 Northeast 10 titles, an appearance in the Elite Eight each season, including one Final Four appearance in the 1996-1997 season. What were those experiences like, and how the level of competition really changed once you got to those Elite Eights and started playing the best teams from not only the Northeast, but from around the whole country?
Well, without looking past seasonal play, our goal every year was to get out of region and compete in the Elite Eight or the Final Four. We really wanted to continue the tradition of the teams before us, and by getting out of region, you kind of validated continuing it. Those experiences were like no other. When you reached that level, people started to really pay attention. We had the full support of the school. The stands were packed. There were casters at our practices, which was not the case in the early 90s. The atmosphere was just electric. We had very, very strong competition in the Northeast. It wasn't that the competition necessarily got harder, better, faster, stronger when we reached the national level, but the stakes were higher and there was more pressure, which made for great basketball and just an amazing experience.
Absolutely. To name a couple of your personal awards, all ECAC Division I in 1997, all Northeast 10 in 1997 and 98, as well as all Northeast region in those 2 seasons. How did the opportunity to play for Bentley and Coach Stevens have an impact on those honors, kind of giving you maybe a little more exposure playing for a program like that?
Well, it's an honor to receive any individual awards, and I'm certainly proud of them. Individual performance and individual success was never encouraged or highlighted in Coach Stevens' program. From the minute we stepped on campus, she promoted a team-first approach, and you were just basically asked to do your job, much like Belichick philosophy. We played hard for her. We played hard for our teammates. We played hard for our school, for the tradition of the program. So to receive any postseason awards, we all accepted them on behalf of the team with pride.
You spent a decade coaching at Harvard University after college. In addition, you teamed up with our now associate head coach, C. White, on building kind of an everlasting relationship between Waltham youth basketball and Bentley University, which we still, carry on very much this day. Can you speak about your desire to give back both by coaching and continuing those relationships with Waltham and Bentley?
I look at my basketball career starting from when I was little, and I just was so lucky to have been able to play for and coach along with literally the best of the best. I grew up in a gym. I was the daughter of a tremendous teacher and coach, and later played for him and of my father. And that experience helped me earn the opportunity to play for an absolute legend, Coach Stevens, and have a successful playing career at one of the nation's top programs. And that experience led me to coach under an amazing role model and wonderful person who is now the winningest coach in the Ivy League, Kathy Delaney-Smith. So with another basketball genius and good friend of mine, C. White. So I've been really, really lucky, and I've recognized that the entire time. And what better way to pay it forward than to maybe give back to the local youth and the programs that are, in their backyard, just to expose them to Bentley basketball and, have them get a glimpse of what they could maybe do if they dedicated some of their time and effort to. So I was happy to get, connect the Waltham and Bentley Bridge many years ago, because that's where it all started for me. And hopefully it'll plant the seed for a few of these young players.
How much does that mean to you to be able to speak at such an awesome day in coach's history?
Oh, it was such an honor to speak on behalf of the alumni at the dedication of the Barbara Stevens Court. I love and I respect Coach Stevens so much. So the opportunity to talk about her greatness and publicly thank her is such a treat. It was an amazing day. And to be able to highlight her personal qualities, I think people know Coach Stevens as a professional. They know her numbers, they know her excellence, but just to be able to talk about how humble she is, how determined she is, how she's worked for absolutely everything that she's gotten, was a highlight, in my basketball career for sure. I loved being a part of it, and it was super special.